To become high value, the foundation you lay is your mindset. The growth-oriented mindset begins by recognizing that you're responsible for shaping your life, not anyone else. This isn't about relying on luck, privilege, or hoping for an easy path. It's about understanding that the person you become tomorrow depends on how you think and act today. The most successful people recognize that yes, circumstances can impact us, but they're not in charge of us. With a growth mindset, you're constantly seeing challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and progress as the ultimate measure of success. One critical piece of this mindset is a sense of gratitude. When you appreciate what you already have, you create a positive mental framework that fuels resilience. This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about training your brain to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice, it's an anchor. It helps you stay grounded in the present moment while still feeling motivated to pursue bigger goals. By embracing gratitude, you avoid the trap of "I'll be happy when" thinking, which makes happiness feel like it's always just out of reach. A growth mindset also means believing in your potential without waiting for someone else to validate it. High-value people don't sit around waiting for others to tell them they're worth it. They create that sense of self-worth from within. They take control of their self-perception and refuse to let others dictate it. This type of confidence isn't about arrogance, it's about self-assurance that comes from knowing you're capable of growth and improvement. With this mindset, you don't need external approval to pursue your dreams, and you don't let other people's opinions set limits on your ambitions. In a growth mindset, failure becomes fuel. High-value individuals don't see setbacks as signs of inadequacy. Instead, they view them as critical data points, valuable feedback that informs their next steps. Rather than getting derailed by failure, they analyze it, learn from it, and adjust their strategy. This doesn't mean they enjoy failing, but they know that every stumble is an opportunity to rise stronger. When you embrace failure as part of growth, you take the fear out of trying, and suddenly every experience becomes a chance to learn and become better. Finally, having a growth mindset involves a commitment to lifelong development. High-value people don't assume they've made it once they hit a goal. They stay hungry for improvement. They are always striving to refine their skills, expand their knowledge, and challenge their perspectives. This type of mindset means that growth doesn't end, it only compounds. When you live with a growth-oriented mindset, you're always evolving, always advancing, and always looking for ways to contribute more value to your life and to the lives of those around you. In the pursuit of becoming high value, learning is not a phase, it's a lifestyle. High value people are those who recognize that knowledge and self-improvement have no finish line. They understand that the world is constantly evolving, and so they commit to evolving with it. Lifelong learners see every experience as an opportunity to acquire new insights, skills, and perspectives. They are curious by nature, constantly seeking to understand not only what they do, but also why they do it and how they can do it better. The habit of learning is more than a tool, it's a way of life. True learning isn't confined to formal education. High-value individuals understand that learning happens everywhere in books, conversations, mistakes, and victories. They read widely, listen actively, and question everything. Rather than seeking comfort in what they already know, they actively pursue knowledge that challenges their beliefs and expands their horizons. They aren't afraid to step into unfamiliar territory because they know that growth doesn't happen within the comfort zone. When you adopt the mindset of a lifelong learner, every interaction and experience becomes a classroom, and every person you meet is a potential teacher. High-value people also prioritize learning from those with different perspectives. They know that to be effective in today's world, they can't stay insulated within their own views and assumptions. By engaging with people who have different experiences, beliefs, and insights, they broaden their understanding and deepen their empathy. This kind of open-mindedness builds versatility and adaptability, qualities that make them invaluable in personal and professional circles. Learning from others' perspectives doesn't mean adopting every viewpoint, but it does mean appreciating the richness of diversity and letting it inform a more nuanced understanding of the world. Another crucial element of lifelong learning is embracing feedback. High-value individuals know that growth often requires adjusting and refining based on honest input. They don't see constructive criticism as a threat. They see it as a gift that can reveal blind spots or areas for improvement. This means setting aside ego and genuinely listening to what others have to say. By valuing feedback, they create a culture of respect and trust around them where people feel safe to offer insights. Learning from feedback is a skill that requires humility, but it also builds resilience and strength. Lifelong learners also engage in self-reflection, taking the time to review what they've learned, how far they've come, and what they need to work on. Reflection is essential because it's how they connect the dots, draw lessons, and set new goals. High-value people don't rush from one achievement to the next without taking stock. They allow themselves the time to process their experiences, gain insights from them, and prepare for the next chapter. This continuous cycle of learning, reflecting, and applying is the heartbeat of a high-value life. High-value people build trust by being consistent. They don't just make promises, they keep them. They understand that showing up consistently, whether it's in small tasks or big commitments, is the backbone of reliability. When you're known for following through, people see you as dependable, someone they can count on. This doesn't just elevate you in others' eyes, it reinforces your own self-respect. Consistency creates momentum, and the cumulative effect of showing up again and again is powerful. High-value people don't let temporary emotions dictate their actions, they honor their commitments. Integrity goes hand in hand with consistency. It's about being honest, not only with others, but also with yourself. High-value individuals don't cut corners or make excuses. When they say they'll do something, they mean it. This doesn't mean they're perfect, no one is, but they're willing to take accountability for their actions, including mistakes. By staying true to their word, they build a reputation as people who value honesty and transparency. Integrity is like a magnetic force. It draws respect and trust, which are essential qualities for any high-value individual. High-value people recognize that consistency isn't always easy. There will be days when they don't feel motivated, when the work feels hard, or when it seems like no one is watching. But they don't allow those moments to disrupt their commitment to their goals. This isn't blind perseverance, it's resilience. High-value individuals have a vision, and they're willing to put in the work consistently, even when the rewards aren't immediate. They understand that real success isn't about intense effort for a short time, it's about sustained effort over the long haul. Another aspect of consistency is aligning your actions with your values. High-value people have a strong sense of who they are and what they stand for, and they ensure that their actions reflect those values. This means they don't compromise their principles for convenience or approval. When you consistently act in accordance with your values, you create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. This alignment also sets a standard that others notice and respect, reinforcing your status as a high-value individual. Lastly, consistency builds self-trust. Every time you follow through, you're not just proving yourself to others, you're proving yourself to yourself. When you know you can rely on your own word, your confidence grows. High-value people cultivate this self-trust by repeatedly doing what they set out to do, regardless of obstacles. It's a kind of self-loyalty that becomes a solid foundation for taking on bigger challenges and achieving greater goals. By showing up consistently, you not only earn the trust of others, but strengthen your belief in your own capabilities. Respect is a core component of being high value, and it starts with how you treat yourself. High-value people understand that self-respect is non-negotiable. This means honoring their own needs, even if it means saying no to others. Setting boundaries is not about being harsh or selfish, it's about creating a space where you can thrive. When you respect yourself enough to protect your time, energy, and mental well-being, you're sending a powerful message to yourself and to others that your needs matter. Setting boundaries requires clarity about your priorities. High-value individuals are crystal clear on what they value and what they want to achieve. This clarity allows them to identify what aligns with their goals and what doesn't. When something doesn't align, they're comfortable saying no without guilt. They recognize that every time they say yes to something unimportant, they're saying no to something valuable. Boundaries are like filters that ensure their energy is spent on what truly matters. By protecting their time and focus, they're able to make a greater impact in the areas that count. High-value people understand that boundaries aren't just about managing time, they're about preserving well-being. They know that burnout and resentment come from constantly overextending themselves to meet others' demands. By setting healthy boundaries, they create a sustainable rhythm in their lives that allows for both productivity and rest. Boundaries are acts of self-care, that prevent emotional and physical exhaustion. When they're refreshed and energized, respecting yourself also means recognizing when certain relationships or situations aren't serving you. High-value people don't tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or toxicity. They recognize that being high-value means surrounding themselves with people who uplift them rather than drain them. Setting boundaries with others isn't always easy, but it's essential. When you enforce boundaries in your relationships, you're reinforcing the idea that you deserve respect. This often inspires others to treat you with the same level of respect, creating a positive cycle. Finally, setting boundaries boosts self-confidence. Every time you assert a boundary, you reinforce your own value and self-worth. Boundaries are a powerful way of affirming that you believe in your own right to be treated well. This kind of self-respect radiates outward, creating an aura of strength and assurance. High-value people don't need to demand respect. They command it by the way they carry themselves. With healthy boundaries in place, they cultivate inner peace, resilience, and a strong sense of self that others naturally admire. High-value people don't chase approval, they chase impact. They're less interested in impressing others with their achievements and more focused on creating meaningful change. This doesn't mean they're indifferent to how they're perceived, but they know that true respect comes from making a difference, not just looking the part. Focusing on impact means shifting from a self-centered mindset to one that's other-centered. It's about asking, how can I contribute rather than how can I look good? High-value individuals understand that a reputation based on contribution is far more powerful than one based on appearances. One way to focus on impact is to be of service to others. High-value people look for ways to support, uplift, and encourage those around them. They realize that their actions can have a profound effect on others' lives, and they take that responsibility seriously. Whether it's offering advice, lending a helping hand, or simply listening, they see these moments as opportunities to make a positive difference. By shifting their focus from what's in it for me to how can I help, they create connections that are deep, meaningful, and lasting. Impact-driven individuals also value authenticity. They're not interested in putting on a facade to gain approval. They'd rather be genuine, even if it means standing out or facing criticism. This authenticity resonates with people who are often drawn to the realness that high-value individuals bring. When you're focused on impact, you're more concerned with substance than style, with actions over image. People can sense this genuineness, and it builds a level of respect and trust that's hard to fake. High-value people know that their true worth is reflected in the legacy they leave behind. Another crucial aspect of focusing on impact is consistency in values. High-value individuals hold themselves to a standard and work to contribute meaningfully in every setting, whether personal or professional. This doesn't mean they're out to change the world overnight, but they consistently seek ways to add value. They ask themselves how their actions align with their principles and make an effort to leave every situation a little better than they found it. This consistency builds a reputation as someone who is not just reliable, but genuinely committed to positive change. Lastly, the impact-focused mindset attracts like-minded individuals. When you're genuinely focused on contributing to others, people who value the same qualities are naturally drawn to you. High-value people don't have to seek out connections or alliances by living with an impact-driven approach. They attract people who are equally passionate about making a difference. This creates a network of supportive, inspiring relationships that amplify their ability to impact the world around them. High-value people know that self-improvement is a journey, not a destination. They commit to personal growth every single day, understanding that small, consistent efforts compound over time. This daily commitment isn't about making drastic changes overnight. It's about focusing on incremental progress. By committing to daily growth, they avoid the trap of complacency and keep their skills, mindsets, and habits evolving. The dedication to daily improvement keeps their motivation fresh, builds resilience, and sets them apart from those who settle for the status quo. Daily growth requires setting specific goals and intentions. High-value individuals don't rely on vague aspirations. They have a clear idea of what they want to achieve and why. These goals aren't just about career success or personal accomplishments, they also include emotional and spiritual development. They understand that true growth is holistic. When they set intentions each day, they create a roadmap that keeps them aligned with their greater vision. This helps them stay focused, make better choices, and measure their progress in meaningful ways. High-value people also embrace self-discipline as a tool for growth. They understand that motivation can waver, but discipline keeps them moving forward regardless of mood or circumstances. They set routines, make sacrifices, and stick to their commitments, knowing that these small acts of discipline build inner strength. Self-discipline becomes the bridge between their current self and their ideal self. By cultivating discipline in their daily habits, they prove to themselves that they're capable of achieving anything they set their minds to. Reflection is another important part of daily growth. High-value people take time each day to reflect on what they've learned, what they did well, and where they can improve. This reflection allows them to course correct as needed and ensures that they're not just going through the motions but genuinely growing. By examining their actions, they gain valuable insights into themselves and use those insights to make better decisions. Daily reflection keeps their growth intentional rather than accidental and ensures they're always moving in the right direction. Finally, daily growth builds self-confidence. Every time high-value individuals see themselves making progress, no matter how small, they strengthen their belief in their own potential. They understand that each day's growth builds on the last, creating a steady upward trajectory. This daily commitment to becoming better fuels their confidence, resilience, and self-worth. They're not chasing perfection, they're pursuing progress. And that pursuit, done consistently, transforms them into people who are not only high value, but are continually evolving to be even better.